RBC's Mitch Steves joins us now for more. Mitch, thanks for joining us. Is this the resurgence of Bitcoin? Is this what's causing the stock to move as aggressively as it has?
Well, for Bitcoin, that's not really related to the semiconductor space, right? So Bitcoin is not mined using AMD or NVIDIA GPUs. The AMD and NVIDIA GPUs are used to mine something called Ethereum. But essentially for the semi space, I think the bigger deal was the Huawei news and the Micron report. Essentially, you have Huawei being able to purchase some of their Micron chips, which sent the whole space up. Then you had Western Digital have a huge power outage. Now that stock's up another 5% or 4%. And so basically now you're seeing that memory's coming off a bottom. You have data center coming back. You have AMD gaining share. And you've got NVIDIA coming out with a new product coming out in the second half. So I think that the chip stocks in general, you still want to be long Synopsys, you want to be long in AMD, and you want to be long Micron. Those are kind of the big three names for the second half.
A lot of focus with the G20 talks this weekend on Huawei and how that plays into discussions between the U.S. and China. It seems to be based on, I know Kayla Tausche, our own Kayla Tausche is reporting yesterday that Huawei and the ban against them would need to be dropped according to China's wish list. On the flip side, though, you have quite a number of lawmakers here in the U.S. That there's bipartisan support for ongoing pressure against that company. How does this play out for semis longer term?
Longer term, I've got the view that they get a deal done. At the end of the day, I mean, we have a little bit of a wild president, but I think he wants to get a deal done before the election begins. So I think that eventually gets solved. But the way to play this is you want to be long AMD and NVIDIA because they're the tech leaders, and essentially you can't do any AI, any deep learning, or anything long-term tech-oriented without them. And then secondly, for a higher beta play, you want to be long memory. That would be Micron, because essentially if data center comes back, each one of these servers has over a terabyte worth of memory in them, and so that's going to increase the demand significantly for memory, particularly in the first half of 20. I know there's a lot of people who are saying that there's not going to be much in the first half of 20, but I think we're already starting to come off a bottom. And then finally, for the G20 stuff, I don't have any predictions. I'm not going to try to play hero and try to, decide what Trump's going to do. But at the end of the day, I do think he's incentivized to get something done by the next 12 months or so.
In terms of how we got to a point of oversupply with certain types of chips in the first half of this year, what caused that, and what, I guess, green shoots are triggering your comments right there that we could be moving through some of that supply?
Yeah, so it's pretty much lining up with what we said back in June of 18. Essentially, you had a technology transition on the memory side. So essentially what was happening is all the chips that were being made had no issues with them. So you had a massive oversupply because you had prices going up. Facebook, Google, Amazon were buying tons and tons of servers because they wanted to buy the server before the memory prices went too high. And so after that, they built up too much inventory. They started taking that down. But now our call is that Facebook, Google, Apple, Amazon are going to start spending money in Q3. You're going to start seeing those numbers, the NVIDIA data center guide. You'll see that number in the AMD data center commentary as well. And so now you're going to come off a bottom on the DRAM side, or the data center side. And then finally, the last one, like I said, just happened last night. Basically, an entire plant went down for Western Digital, and so that's going to help the NAND prices probably improve sequentially. I think it might be such a large number that NAND prices might actually go up sequentially from Q3 to Q4. If that happens, then all the memory stocks probably go up.